Great. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. Good afternoon to our Suite Elite members. I'm Stacey Ely, our Chief Operating Officer at My Salon Suite and Salon Plaza. This is our first time going live with members, and I am really grateful to be your host today. Well, this is our first time live with our members. We are live with our franchise partners weekly and even more now during these unprecedented times. The coronavirus pandemic is affecting everyone in our system. Almost all of our stores are closed due to mandated government orders, and we want you to know we are here for you now more than ever. Your return back to the Suite Life is our #1 priority. And we know, just like you do, not being able to work and make money leaves us all in an uncomfortable place. Today, we want to bring you the best resources and information to help you navigate this challenging time. Taking care of our basic necessities like food on the table, a roof over our head, and the ability to care for our families is a top priority for all of us. Things are changing fast during the COVID-19 outbreak, and businesses are being forced to adapt. So the information brought to you today is what we know as of now. More information may become available, and we will do our best to keep everyone informed, so please stay connected. You know we're a cultural flair, fun-loving, creatively inspired entrepreneurs. And while we cherish each value, I want to focus on our value of entrepreneurship. If you're on this call today, it's because you already took the leap to go into business for yourself. You are an entrepreneur. You've already demonstrated that you're capable of greatness. I love this quote from success.com. Sometimes we're tested not to show our weaknesses, but to discover our strengths. This time is one of those times. We're being tested, and this test is hard. It isn't something we could have studied for or prepared for. It is something that has been thrown at us, and what we do now is critical. Our mission at My Salon Suite and Salon Plaza is to leave no member behind. You can survive this storm, and we're here to help. Do not let this test derail your dreams of greatness. You are a business owner now and in the future. As we go along today, please use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen to ask any questions as we go along. We'll do our best to answer them, and if we can't get to all of them today, we will be sending out a recap email with the frequently asked questions. There's a lot of information out there. It's hard to navigate through what's real, what's not, what's available now, what's available in the future. We're going to do our best to explain a few options that can support you and your business during this time. A core element of the CARES Act that was recently passed in the last week is for individuals to receive $1,200 for many adults and additional $500 payments for children. Because each family's income and adult situation is different and varies, we do not know how much you're going to receive. However, in a recent Suite Elite Connect email, we sent a link to the Washington Post calculator to determine if you are eligible, and if so, how large of a check you can anticipate. You do not need to take action for the early cash transfers. This is not something you apply for. This is something that is done that they're checking your income. There's nothing that you can apply for. You'll be receiving those checks in the next weeks according to the government, and stay tuned on those. Next is the unemployment benefits. The CARES Act expanded eligibility for unemployment benefits. So under the CARES Act, unemployment insurance benefits will temporarily be available to an eligible self-employed individual. It appears that this expanded eligibility applies to individuals who work as full-time or part-time. And this definition covers a large portion of our Suite Elite members that are salon professionals providing hair services, massage services, estheticians, nail professionals, and beyond. Now, you have to take the initiative to apply for your unemployment benefits. This is done at the state level. In the email that we sent out there is a link to find your state information. You can also Google your unemployment benefits for your state. So please remember, unemployment is done at the state level and will be specific to your locations. Now, for the Paycheck Protection Program you're hearing about, the SBA and local banks around the country are still finalizing this program. Today, we were told that applications were made available. However, big banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Chase are saying that they are not equipped and ready to start lending the funds that are available through this. So please talk to your local banks, and we are working with our national banks that many of our franchise partners work with that can help you, our members, as well. So we are diligently pursuing the availability of the Paycheck Protection Program. For many of you, if you pay yourself through your business, you may be eligible for the Paycheck Protection Program. So stay tuned, but as of today, there's no additional information available beyond talking to your local bank and understanding what is on the application. So we will continue to make information available, but as of right now, banks are saying that it's evolving very rapidly, and they're not quite ready to start the lending on it. So we will make you guys available as it becomes available. But please check with your local banks. They will be the ones administering the PPP program. And of course, we'll be making a banking relationship available to all of our franchise partners and our members as well. Now, what is available, and we'll spend much of our time talking about today, is the EIDL. This is the Economic Disaster Loan and Grant. This loan advance will provide up to $10,000 of economic relief to businesses that are currently experiencing temporary difficulties, like many of our members. Now, I want to direct you to the SBA.gov website. The first common mistake that many people make when going to the SBA is they type in SBA.com. That is not going to take you to the right spot. You need to go to SBA.gov to make sure that you're on the appropriate site. It should look something like this. So in response to the coronavirus pandemic, small business owners in all U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and territories are eligible to apply for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan of up to $10,000. This advance is going to provide economic relief now. These funds should be made available after a successful application, and the loan advance, and they are saying that this loan advance may be forgiven. It's really important that I note that this is up to $10,000. There's not a way for us to ask for a certain amount of money. It's based on what we enter in the application and what they believe based on the application, this advance or this grant should be for each individual business applying. So today we're going to take a couple minutes to go through the loan application that is online. It's a very simple application that allows us easy access to this experience. So if you are in a spot that you can follow along with me and you have the information, please do so. If you're not in that spot, jot down a few things that you may need for your business. Once you go to the SBA's homepage, you can click on the yellow banner and it will take you to the COVID-19 Economic Injury Disaster Loan application, as you can see here on my screen. There's 5 basic steps that we'll move through quickly on today's call. The first is disclosures, which is here on the homepage, information about your business, then information about you, the business owner, additional information and disclosures, and then you'll receive a summary page. Note, if you've already applied for an SBA loan prior to Monday, March 30th, you need to reapply. So if you sent in a paper application or uploaded it to their site previously, you do need to reapply for the SBA Disaster Loan and Grant. So please, if you have not applied since Monday, go take a moment today and apply. So the first thing that we need to do here on the web or on the application is choose what type of applicant we are. The 2 that are most applicable to most of our members who are on the line is going to be either an applicant is a business with not more than 500 employees, or An applicant is an individual who operates under a sole proprietorship with or without employees or as an independent contractor. Depending on how you set up your business when you came to My Salon Suite or prior, if you were a business owner, you will want to select the appropriate box here. There's other options, but I'm going to go over the two that are most relevant to our members on the call. So here you can see that I've selected a sole proprietorship with or without employees. Next is the opportunity to review and check for all of the following. These are questions asking, if you have engaged in any illegal activity. Are you delinquent on child support obligations? Are you an agriculture enterprise? Do you perform different types of businesses? Is your business and your business nature? Does the applicant does not derive more than 1/3 of gross annual revenue from legal gambling activities? Applicant is not in the business of lobbying. An applicant cannot be a state or local municipal government. So after checking each box, as you can check honestly, you'll click next and be taken to the next page. Here, this is where the next kind of hang up becomes for our members who are operating as sole proprietors or under their own name. So for instance, if my business name is Elizabeth Salon, I'll enter that here. Then I may enter Elizabeth Salon again in trade name. Now, some of you may have applied for an EIN number. If you're not sure and you don't have an EIN number, then it probably doesn't apply to you. Simply use your Social Security number. I just want to point out that you can see these tabs are turning green and red as we move along. When things are in red, it means we need to continue entering information, otherwise we won't be able to submit our application. So again, here, either enter your EIN or your Social Security number for a sole proprietorship. For organization type, this is very similar to the question we answered on the last page. Again, we're a sole proprietor. Maybe if you have set yourself up as an LLC, you can click on the appropriate button here, but we're going to click on sole proprietorship. Next two questions, is the applicant a nonprofit organization? No. Is the applicant a franchise? No. Now, these are the next two questions that you're going to need to know that from your business. Most of you are aware of the gross revenues for your last 12 months. I'm going to, for easy purposes' sake, enter about $2,000 a week, which is the 12 months prior would be $100,000. I'm simply taking my weekly revenue times 52 weeks, and that's giving me what I did over the last 12 months. The next question here is for cost of goods sold. This was a question that tripped us up, tripped our franchise partners up, and may trip you up as well. So I just want to take a quick moment to go over cost of goods sold so that everyone can think about what they want to put in to this section here. So cost of goods sold, by definition, refers to the direct cost of producing the goods sold by a company. This amount includes the cost of materials and labor directly used to create the good. So what's your good? It could be a new hair color. It could be the treatments you use. It excludes indirect expenses such as distribution costs and sales force costs. So I have an example here of what a salon profit and loss may look like. Some of you do your own books. Some of you work with CPAs. Some of you work with accountants. And I just want to give everyone a quick example of what to either look for in your own book or what to ask for from your advisors. What we're looking for here is the cost of goods sold. You can see it's retail purchases. So the retail you put on your shelf, how much does that cost you to have to do that? The back bar or professional purchases that you buy to complete your services. And this one, commissions paid, is one that if you pay yourself a commission or if you have somebody working for you, that you may pay commissions to them as a result of cost of goods sold. And then there is merchant account fees. So the transactions may be on your Square Striper or your Square Reader, however you're taking payments. Those are all directly related to what you're doing to perform your service. So in a nutshell, costs associated with your retail, back bar, professional product, merchant account fees, and commissions are what you want to be thinking about for your cost of goods sold. So that is just a quick little explanation, because that is one that seems to trick people a little bit in completing the application, and we want to make sure that you have all the information you need. So in the example of how I got to $100,000 of gross revenues, I estimated approximately $2,000 a week in service revenue. Now, my cost of goods sold associated with that service is, out of $2,000 a week, let's say I spend $700 a week on those services, or on my cost of goods. I'm simply going to take 700 times my 52 weeks, and I am going to enter that number here. Now, all of the rest of these questions are not required, and so we can skip over them and go straight down to easy, simple information by putting in your address information. This is a no-brainer. We all should be able to take care of this. We can enter our phone number, a business email, and then this question here, I just want to take a moment for the date business established. The SBA is really looking for businesses that have been in business for a year. Some of you who may have just joined our suite may have just set up your business at one of our locations. However, maybe you've been in business before. So the date that your business was formed, not the date that you necessarily moved into one of our properties. So here, if my business has been operating since October 10th of 2007, I will enter that information here. I've been the current owner since then. When you might answer this question differently is maybe you bought a business from somebody else, even though the business was established prior. So those are the two questions to answer there. So when was your business formed? Not necessarily when you moved in to a My Salon Suite or Salon Plaza property. The next question is business activity. This one, nice and easy for us here. We are going to select personal services. And detailed business activity, we will select hair and nail salon. If you're tanning and tattoo or something else, you do have that option. But if you fall under a salon professional, maybe your service isn't listed here, go ahead and click hair and nail salon. For many of our members on the line, we will just be listing ourselves as our only employee. After we see that everything has turned green, the next button will become available, and you can click on that. You can see we're moving through the steps, and now we're on business owner information. So here, we're going to enter our information again. And the title, you can select yourself, owner, ownership percentage. Many of you own 100% of your business. If you do not own 100%, put in the number or the percentage that you own here, and you can add another owner at the end of this page. Simply enter your email here, and then again, your social security number. So that may seem duplicate of what you did on the first page, but it depends on how your business is set up. You may be entering your social security number on here twice if you do not have an EIN number. Enter your date of birth, and then your place of birth. U.S. citizen, and then your residential address. Now here at the bottom, you can see this is where add an additional owner would be. If there's anyone else who owns part of your business, you can add them at this time. Otherwise, you'll see that this doesn't shade next. And this is the third piece of where people get tripped up. Right here is the top. It says, is your business owned by a business entity? So the answer can either be yes or no, depending on your business structure. Going back through, ensuring that everything is now green, and you'll notice that the next button lights up. So if you forget to click something or fill something out incompletely, it will not let you go to the next step. Just simply go back and review the questions to ensure you have everything correct. Now, guys, we're almost done. I promise we are so close. They've made it this easy for us. And so just a couple of things else here that they want to know. In the past year, has the business or listed owner been convicted of a criminal offense? Goes on to a little bit more of character questions here. Is the applicant or any listed owner currently suspended or debarred from contracting with the federal government or receiving federal grants or loans? Only you will know that. You will answer appropriately. And are you presently subject to any indictment, criminal information, etc.? Again, answer these questions honestly for your situation. In the blue, if anyone assisted you in completing this application, whether you pay a fee for this service or not, that person must be entered below. So if somebody is entering this information for you, or they are helping you fill this out with obtaining your numbers, you can put their information here. Most of you will leave this information blank because you'll be filling this out online. Now, this is the big question for everybody on the phone, right? We keep hearing about this $10,000 grant, up to $10,000 grant. How can I be considered for this? Is this forgivable? How can I get this? Well, they have included that application in this application we just went over. So it's very important that you click this box. I would like to be considered for an advance of up to $10,000. I just want to point out to everybody on the phone, this is up to, based on the information you submitted in your gross revenue and cost of goods sold, this is going to be, they will calculate this and come back to you with their offer. Now, you need to click that box or they will not consider you eligible for the grant. Our understanding is that this up to $10,000 can be forgiven. So this is where you're applying for the loan and the grant. Some of you may be saying, hey, I don't really want to take on a loan. In order, this is just to check your eligibility. It does not mean that you're approved for the loan. At some point, you'll be contacted by the loan officer at the SBA, and you have an option to say, no, I do not want a loan, or yes, I want a loan. This is about giving yourself options and getting in line at the SBA early. So take time today and apply for your business. You are not taking on a loan already by filling out this application. You are making yourself eligible for this grant of up to $10,000 for a small business, and then also making yourself eligible to be able to have a loan depending on how long this goes and how long you're able to survive this storm. So the next question here is where to send the funds. So for this cash advance, they're trying to make it as quick as possible to get into your bank. So here you'd fill out your bank information, your account number, and your routing number. Once you have that information in here, you can go through, read the final disclosures, and certify that the information is true and correct, and click next. That's it. Now you have a summary page to ensure that all the information is correct. Review what you've entered. If you need to edit something, you can click the edit button and go back to it. It's that easy. Once you have confirmed all the information is correct and accurate, you'll click I'm not a robot and click submit. I'm not going to actually click submit since this is not correct information, but once you click submit, you should receive an email with an application number. This application number is the number that you need to keep on file for future reference and contact by the SBA. So that's it. Every single person has the ability to apply today, and as our members and our franchise partners, we're all eligible to apply. This is available, this application is available now. This is the third version of the application as information has become available from the government. So please make sure you have filled out this application. If you have done something that looks different to this prior to Monday, you have to reapply. We want to get that out to everybody as quick as possible. This is the application that you need to use to apply. So I want to share, I know questions are coming in on the Q&A, and we do have some other panelists who are answering questions, but I do want to take a moment to start with some frequently asked questions. This is put on by the Chamber of Commerce, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and 10 commonly asked questions about the coronavirus small business loans. So the first question that is listed is, what loans are available to help small businesses during the coronavirus? The Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Remember, we just went through this, the EIDL loan, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan from the Small Business Administration. That is available now. That is the application we just went through, and we encourage everybody to complete so that it gives you options. The next one is the Paycheck Protection Loan. This is part of the CARES Act. This is becoming available today and in the next few days. Still a lot of confusion by the banks and the lenders on how to fully take care of the Paycheck Protection Loan. So the next question on here, how do I get these loans? Apply for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan directly on the SBA website. Paycheck Protection Loans are government-backed, but will come from private banks. You should inquire at your local bank about these loans. The Treasury Department has just released the loan application, and you can see it here. You can Google it as well, or you can go to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, who will send out the link to make sure that you go to legitimate websites. So you will still need to apply for the loan at your local bank. It is just the application. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the call, we are working with our banking partners to try to extend support to every single person on the phone and our entire franchise system. Question number 3, how much can I borrow? The Economic Injury Disaster Loan from the SBA can be up to $2 million working capital for up to a 30-year term at 3.75%. Not everyone will qualify for that amount. Again, the information you put on the loan application will determine your amount. The Paycheck Protection Loans can be for 2.5 months of the average payroll, or $10 million, which is ever less. There's still some gray areas around the Paycheck Protection Loan. So please continue to stay in tune, and as more information becomes available, we will make that available to you. Do I need to repay these loans is another very common question. You must repay the Economic Injury Disaster Loan from the SBA. Payments can be deferred for 1 year after the origin of the loan. Now, the loan is different than the grant that we talked about. Portions of the grant are being forgiven. So they are two separate things on the same application, but if you do move forward with the loan at the time that you become eligible, that will need to be repaid through those terms. All or some of the Paycheck Protection Loan may be forgiven or converted into a grant. There are specific requirements about how you can spend the loan, so be very careful that if you are applying for the Paycheck Protection Loan when it becomes available, that there are requirements on how you use that money for it to be forgiven. It is not free money. It is money allocated to certain expenses that businesses must pay. And we don't want our members to get in a bind using funds for different reasons, thinking that they're forgiven. So we just want to be clear that there are rules on what this Paycheck Protection Loan may be paid for should you apply and are eligible for the Paycheck Protection Loan. What about the $10,000 emergency grant? I've heard about this, that I was just referencing. The SBA is offering to advanced businesses a $10,000 grant that does not need to be paid back. The grant will be paid quickly in as little as 3 days. That is the box that I completed on the application and entered my bank, routing, and account information. You can apply for that $10,000 grant as part of the Economic Injury Disaster Loan process. If you're awarded the $10,000 emergency grant, and you will not have to pay back, you will not have to pay the grant, just the grant back. You will still have to repay the rest of your SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Number 6, this is a big one for many of our members on the phone. Can self-employed workers and freelancers apply? Paycheck Protection Loans are available to 501c3s, self-employed, sole proprietors, and independent contractors. SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loans are available to small businesses and nonprofits with fewer than 500 employees, sole proprietors, and independent contractors. So now the question becomes, Well, I fall into both of those. Can I apply for both loans? Yes, you can apply for and receive both loans. Very important, if you are applying and receive for both loans, the government may not forgive both loans and you may have to pay them back. So be very, make sure when you're speaking with the person letting you know that you're eligible for the loan that you understand the payback terms and what those funds can be used on. Next question, do I need good credit to qualify for these loans? The Paycheck Protection Loan requires no collateral and no personal guarantee. The economic injury disaster loans are given based on credit scores. No tax returns are required, and you can borrow up to $200,000 without a personal guarantee. Most of our members are not borrowing over $200,000, therefore the personal guarantee would not be needed. Number 9, what if I've already fired or laid off my employees? Do I still qualify for a Paycheck Protection Loan? Your loan may be forgiven if you bring back employees and restore wages generally within 30 days and maintain them through June 30th. Now, for some of you, you're wondering about the employees and the Paycheck Protection Loan. This is where you're going to have to speak with your lender and who's helping you with your books on how your business is set up and how you pay yourself. You may or may not be eligible for this. Number 10, my bank doesn't seem to know anything about the Paycheck Protection Loan. Now what? So banks are currently working out the details, as I mentioned, but are expected to be ready by today. We have received several emails from our banking partners letting us know that they are not ready, but they do have the application and you can review it to start collecting the information. You will still need to apply through a private bank. All right, I hope that helps what we know today for you. So our recommendation for today is to apply for the SBA Economic Disaster Loan through SBA.gov. This is available now. It's already been through several iterations and improvements through the government and the SBA to make it as simple as it was that we just went through. So please give yourself options and prepare for the Paycheck Protection Loan, but that is not quite available yet. Take action today through the SBA Economic Injury Loan. All right, so for many of you on the phone, I just want to let everybody know that we are going to be sending out a full email with this recording along with a recording of how to complete the application again. If you have questions, please reach out to your franchise partner, salon manager. They will do their absolute best to answer those questions. But again, we are pivoting as information becomes available. And of course, check with anyone who may be helping you prepare your books. There's a few other things that I just want to mention before we conclude today's call. There's options available through just to summarize this, actually, just give me one moment. I want to scan back here. To reiterate for some people who joined the call late, there are several options for our members that are available. And so just to reiterate for those of you who may have joined late on the call, is that there's a lot of information. We are trying to give you our best explanation that can support you and your business during this time, and things are changing rapidly. But the things that we know right now is that the government is working on early cash transfers to individuals. You do not have to take action to do this. This is based on your qualification measures. The next one is the expanded eligibility for unemployment benefits. Many of you have asked, can I file for unemployment, PPP, and the $10,000 advance? The answer is apply for everything, but just understand what you're required to spend funds on or use the funds on. Unemployment benefits are done at the state level. You need to check with your state unemployment to determine your eligibility. But the great thing that the CARES Act has done for our industry is that it has made self-employed individuals, like many of our members, eligible to apply for unemployment through the CARES Act. The next one is the Paycheck Protection Program that we've gone over in advance, and along with the EIDL loan advance. So again, EIDL loan advance is available now, and we recommend and strongly encourage all of our members apply, giving you, your families, options to survive during this time. Okay, again, if you have questions on anything that we covered in regards to these options available, please use the Q&A. We will try to answer those as we go along, and we will be sending out an email recapping it. We also did want to just take a couple more minutes to let everybody on the phone know that there are other ways that you can still be growing your business during this time. And we're very excited to be releasing tomorrow in the Suite Elite Connect an e-gift card platform that we built just for our members and for our salon professionals, that you can put out links on your social media, add them to your website, send them out to your customers. Many customers and clients of yours have reached out, how can I support you during this time? They may not be getting their hair done, but they know they want you to be there when we are able to get back in the salons, and they want to help you get through this time. So we want to make available to all of our members a way to be able to sell e-gift cards and generate some revenue. So we will be sending out information and login instructions for you all to take advantage of tomorrow, so that everyone can set up their own store. This is a great way to make revenue during this time and let your clients support you. They're here for you. They want you to come back, and in doing so, they can have an easy way to help you during this time. Again, I want to just let everyone know where you can go for additional information. Many of you who are on the call today are getting our Suite Elite Connect emails. We're continuing to send those out and direct you back to the Suite Elite website. This website on the Welcome tab has COVID-19 resources, everything that you need to know and where to go to support yourself and your business during this time. Please continue to go to the Suite Elite website, check it out. We're updating it as quickly as we can as information becomes available. Our goal is to ensure that no member is left behind. So please continue to look there. And last but not least, in closing, we have a message for you.
Elser from Orlando, Florida. Just wanted to let you know that my hair is waiting on you. We miss you, and we're all in this together.
Suite Elite members, it's Kelly McCarthy, your Director of Member Development. And today, as we all try and figure out creative ways to cover our gray, we at My Salon Suite and Salon Plaza Corporate decided to support you, our Suite Elite members, and the beauty industry. So hats on to all of you. Until we see you again, we're gonna wait for you. Love you guys. We'll continue to support you, and see you when you get back.
Hi, Suite Elite members. This is Alex and Bucket in Yonkers, New York. We want to let you know our hair is waiting for you. We are all in this together, and we hope to see you soon.
Hi, Suite Elite members. I'm Eileen from the corporate team, and we wanted you to know that our hair is waiting for you, and we can't wait to see you. We miss you. We're all in this together.
Hi, Suite Elite members. This is Amy Bolter in Westborough, Massachusetts, and we want to let you know our hair is waiting for you. We are all in this together, and we miss you.
Hi, Suite Elite members. This is Ryan Delisle in Marblehead, Massachusetts, and I just want to let you know that I'm waiting for you, and I can't wait to see you again.
Hey, Suite Elite members. This is Patty Galloway with Raleigh, North Carolina. We want to let you know our hair is waiting for you. We're in this together.
Hi, Suite Elite members. This is Jill from My Salon Suite Corporate, and we want to let you know that our hair is waiting for you. We love you and miss you.
Bye!
Thank you all for joining us today.
I was inspired.
Thank you all for joining us today. We will send out a recap email along with frequently asked questions. I do want to just take one moment here to answer two questions that just came in from my panelists that many attendees on the phone may have. Is what if I did my application wrong? It's okay that you did it wrong. The most important part is that you're getting an application number. No need to resubmit. You can go back over that information with an SBA loan officer when they make contact. So it is, as long as you've completed that application and checked that box, you should be in good shape. If you did not check that box, I will get you guys information on what to do. But if you have not, if you guys have not completed that application and checked that box yet, please do so, and we will follow up with instructions on what to do if you filled out the application incorrectly and did not check that box. All right, I think that is the final question, actually. I think I've covered everything else. So thank you all. Our hats are on for you. We miss you. We love you. We can't wait to get back to work. Thank you all. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we can't wait to get you back in our stores. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.